Hi there. So last time we have talked about the different engaging activities like the readiness, experiential, the intake response, and the input response activities. So this time we will be talking about the visual elements by integrating them into our classroom activities and by integrating them into our classroom discussions with touch of some different five main components of the language. So does it sound interesting? Alright, so let's do it, class.
Title: Reading Comprehension for the grade 10 students. Time allocation: 15 minutes.
In this activity, we have our objectives, which to be able to incorporate newly learned vocabularies by incorporating images related to the text being used. To be able to gain a deeper understanding of a text, increase the reading comprehension, expand the vocabulary, and improve the writing skills. To be able to understand how sentences work, including the meanings behind word order, structure and punctuation, by providing essential support for developing syntax skills.
The class will be given 2 minutes to read and understand a short story entitled The Recipe of the Wise Man, written by Charity Mission, from which they will be tasked to list down unfamiliar words that they feel important to them and put them on the board for 3 minutes. I will be supporting them by providing definitions, proper pronunciations, and how it is being used in a sentence. Out of these chosen words on the board, they will be incorporating them into essay narrating how the story relates to them personally. Also, students will be given the freedom of what style they will be using as long as the output should be done creatively. So this sit work activity will be good for 10 minutes.
This activity will help the learners to understand the text, increase the reading comprehension, expand their vocabulary, and improve the writing skills.
Title: The 3 English Basic Tenses for the grade 10 students. Time allocation: 15 minutes.
For our objectives, to be able to use the 3 basic English tenses of the verb by analyzing the photo provided. Secondly, to be able to use these sentences of the verb at different times but in one action word used.
The class will be performing the verbs of exercises shown on the photocopy, after which they will conjugate a list of verbs using the past, present, and future tenses. By providing support for developing syntax skills, we are helping our learners understand increasingly complex texts.
Title: Phonemic for the grade 10 students. Time allocation: 15 minutes.
Objectives: to be able to facilitate growth in printed word recognition, to be able to learn the different forms of rhyming words in a poem.
We'll be having an activity which will be called the rhyme matching game. They will be provided a photocopy with a particular text in it and a form of poem. With the help of text, the class will identify the matching words. They will be picturing out rhyming words through pictures, illustrations, and graphics. The students will match the pictures to make the rhyming pairs.
Phonemic is one of the best ways for a student to read fluently. It enhances their ability to hear speech sounds and to differentiate them by learning the words or rhyming words that will allow the students to acquire knowledge easily and helps the students to understand what they read.
Title: Phonemic Awareness for the grade 10 students. Allotted time is 15 minutes.
So for our objectives for today's class, we must be able to understand the in-depth language of the sound and to be able to distinguish words by using them in a sentence. And lastly, to be able to analyze images through participating, of course, in our class activity.
For the activity, the class will be given an illustration that contains short information or a story. They will be tasked to complete the sentences by filling up the blanks with words that rhyme with one another. After completing the sentences, the class will read them aloud to check their pronunciation of the sounds of letters.
This activity will help our learners understand the principle of the alphabet as well as how different letters sounds when used in sentences. It will also test their vocabulary and their rhyming words, for oftentimes students are confused with the letters and their sounds, especially on how they are spelled versus on how they are read or spoken.
Title: Affixes for the grade 10 students. Allotted time is 20 minutes.
Objectives: to be able to learn the three kinds of affixes through a meaningful learning experience, to be able to develop interpersonal skills through a group collaboration, to be able to develop critical thinking skills.
The class will be divided into two main groups. The first group, within a group, will be given a puzzle within an image of a root word, while the other group within a group will be given a prefix, infix, and suffix to connect to the first group. This will be the same with another main group. I will be given the 10 root words with a short description. For example, the root word will be eat, while the short description will be it is happening now. So the answer is eating. Eat is our root word and ing is our suffix. The group that can give most of the correct answers will win the game.
This activity can help students recognize prefixes, suffixes, and root words that can assist students in determining the meaning of new words, and phrases when readers recognize an affix in a new word. They read it and aid interfering the meaning of the term is an excellent vocabulary skill to teach to encourage students to read independently.
So, those are packed of examples of using visual elements that will surely make our class lessons and discussions more effective and, of course, efficient. So, with all the discussion that we have, we believe that by integrating discussions and images into the lessons combined with engaging activities, we can really create an extraordinary learning experience that will last, of course, in a lifetime. We always want to have such activities that are not just about learning but also can be applied in a real-world situation. Thus, with the integration of images as a material for our activity, we are giving them ways to, of course, reimagine how exactly lessons are, of course, being learned. So for today, that's all for now, and I'm hoping to see you joining us till our next lessons. So keep safe, everyone. Class dismissed. For today's class, we must be able
This activity can help students
The rhyme matching game. There will be
This activity will help the learner.
The class will be performing the verbs of exercise.
For our